Welcome back to another episode of Pin Deep Disc Golf Videos, guys. My name is Mike Jewell, your host as always, and with me today, future Hall of Famer and our MP40 champion, Steve Rico.
Thank you for bringing me on. Thank you for having me.
What was it like winning? Let's talk about that real quick.
Well, to start off the day, I was behind a few strokes, so I knew I had to push and try to really gain momentum. And during the process of it, I was playing pretty good golf, and then it came down to the wire. There was a little pressure at the end. I got lucky, very fortunate to skip off the road and go inbounds, and then I was fortunate to make the putt to win the tournament.
Hit a banger, I heard.
50-footer.
50-footer.
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. We're going to be finishing up. This is the final round for the MPO division for the 2023 Daniel Bowe Memorial. Here it is, guys. Enjoy.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, today we're going to be following Drew Gibson, 1036 rated. He's a crusher. And we've got local Max Nichols, 979. We've got Mike Sale, lives up in Los Angeles, 1007. And we got Crusher from Central California. Is that where he's from?
Yeah,
Andrew Miranda. Yeah.
Good up-and-coming player.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yep, this hole here, hole 1, it's 335 feet, par 3, with the mandatory to the right of this tree here on the left. And
what do you like to throw here?
I throw a distance driver, like a broken-in outlaw.
Okay.
Try to stay close to these stumps on the right and get a skip up here. And I parted all 3 rounds, so I wasn't too successful on it.
Oh, okay.
But I made the mandatory.
Nice. Yeah, I think Drew is throwing some kind of Firebird number. That's what it looks like anyway. High speed, overstable. Comes up a little short there. Hits that dirt hill, I believe. Max has got he's in trouble here, man. He's got a lefty throw.
Yeah.
He throws left-handed.
This is definitely a tough lefty hole.
Don't see him throw sidearm ever.
He's got a right-handed sidearm.
What the heck? That's the same as throwing left-handed.
But it's kind of a trippy shot that he uses, but he's actually pretty effective with it. And that's a pretty good shot to look like, right?
No, he ended up getting super buried over on the right-hand side.
Okay.
Actually, there's that creek that runs on the right-hand side. He was basically in it, but because it's casual, you'll see it's pretty nuts. There we go. Mike making a correction from round number 2. Mike actually missed the mandatory round number 2.
Ooh.
It was a gorgeous shot. He parked the hole, but missed that mandatory somehow. He like squeaked in between the tree. All right. Andrew's down there. He's going to have at least a look or a layup.
Oh, Drew came up quite a bit short on that drive.
Look at this. Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
So this is a casual creek, and he's resting on good land. It's only road and beyond on this hole that's out of bounds, so he could have gone as far right as he wanted to. But tricky footing, was able to punch out of there. He'll have a shot at a par here. Looks like Mike's about 50.
Coming up a little short there. There is OB right behind the basket there. Probably within 12 feet or so.
There we go.
Yeah, Max.
Max cashing in, taking that par from a really tricky drive. I mean, look at those woods behind Andrew. That's where he was. He had to punch through that. Beautiful putt. This kid is awesome. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he has become quite a player.
You played against him in Bakersfield?
Played against him with Bakersfield, and then we played against somewhere else. Probably right there in Visalia in his hometown.
Okay. All right, hole number 2. We got 418 feet. This is a par 4. You must stay right of this mandatory to the left here. Sidewalk and beyond to the right. We've got the creek and beyond to the left. We have another mandatory coming up on the right-hand side here where this guy is walking. You must stay left of that. And you got the sidewalk behind the basket that is out of bounds. It's just It's a tricky green.
Yeah,
I've been saying it all weekend.
And yeah, that creek is only what 5-6 feet beyond the basket there, to the left of the basket. And if you're not parked, you're laying up that putt. So.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew is opting for the putter off the tee just to keep it clean, dead center fairway. Smart play. Drew is actually attacking the green. He didn't do that the other 2 days. I think he tried to do it on round 1 and turned over, ended up missing the mandatory. But here, looked like he was attacking the green.
Yeah. That'll be fine there in the middle of the fairway.
Yep.
Oh, it's got to get right. Oh.
He made the mandatory, but I think he ended up out of bounds in the creek there. And now he's going to have to navigate kind of a tricky shot, flirt with the OB on the left-hand side the whole way. And he is out of bounds again. Just went straight over that sidewalk.
Wow. There's a lot of water in this creek. I've never seen it like that before.
I know. We've had so much rain in California. It's nice to see all the water, but not when you're playing golf. Wow.
Oh,
Max
yeah.
got lucky
Wow, what
there.
a fortunate break.
Yeah, that's all. It's like a 2-inch curve for that
Yeah.
sidewalk, and he ended up hitting it. Lucky break. Okay.
Yeah, that'll play.
Yep, inside the circle.
And that's kind of like what you got to do. I mean, if you're not really, really close on that green, you end up just laying up.
Drew actually said, I just died a little inside. We all started laughing. It's so funny. I mean, he runs that on any other green, but he knows it's just impossible. If he misses, he's going to take strokes.
Yeah.
So funny. Great save from Mike there. With a death putt behind that basket. I mean, that's nuts. So good for him to save that putt.
Yeah.
There we go. Max getting the birdie.
It's good to see Max back out playing golf again. I know he took quite of a break there for a little while, but he's always been a solid player, great putter, great attitude.
Yeah.
I like Max a lot. Great guy.
Yeah, he's telling us he had to dad it up for a little bit, go be a dad for a couple years, and he's still being a dad. I'm just saying, there's some concentration years there at the very beginning where the wife really needs you.
Right.
You got to do that teamwork. Hole number 3, 345 feet. We've got a par 3. You got out of bounds creek on the left the entire way, and you have a sidewalk and beyond to the right. And then right at this road is actually out of bounds, and then you have to throw to an island. Ignore that yellow basket; it doesn't exist. This is the island right here. What'd you like to throw on this one?
I threw an overstable mid-range up the right side. I laid up short of the road and pitched across.
Were you pitching across? Were you actually trying to do a jump putt? Were you trying to make that putt? Or were you just trying to play safe and take the 3 and walk away?
No, I was just taking the 3 and walk away. This is an aggressive line. You can attack right here that Drew's going for. And that's about as good as it gets right there.
Yeah. Safe on the island.
But trying to thread through those woods, you can easily tick a tree and go right into the creek OB. So if I was playing open, I would have definitely went for it. But
playing the old guys.
Playing the MP40s, there was no need to do that.
I'm actually surprised that Max, being left-handed, did not risk it and go. I mean, he's not a super risky player, I guess, but left-handed, take that left-handed gap.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's my mindset and why I'm not a top player.
Well, give yourself some credit.
Mike did the same shot. All 3 rounds, he said, just an overstable mid. Give himself a jump putt opportunity just shy of the road. So.
Yep. Just a little pitch from about 130 feet maybe.
Yep. Max throwing a floater. Oh, dang.
Looking good too.
All right, here we go. Mike to save par. Atta baby.
Nice
He
putt.
knew it.
Yep.
Knew it right out of his hand. We got Drew trying to go 22 down. Nice putt.
Yeah, that's a great birdie there. That's a bonus birdie.
I've said this before, but I really appreciate his focus when he's putting. He really is so focused. There we go.
Yep.
16 down for Andrew. Got Max with his par.
All right, hole 4, 285 feet, par 3. There's a couple different lines you can take. This one here on the right side is pretty wide open. You have the creek to the right here that was casual, I believe.
It was
on this
casual.
side.
Yep.
It was casual, but this basket sits about maybe 12 feet from going down into that water down there.
All right, first on the tee, we got Drew. I think he throws a zone on this hole. Something overstable. I don't know what that is, but we keep calling it a zone. Everybody's called it a zone. I don't know if that's actually a zone, but whatever. There we go.
Yep, that'll work.
Ended up in the same spot all 3 days.
There's Andrew here, probably going with some overstable mid as well. Oh yeah, that's parked.
Perfect. Yeah, that was buttery smooth. All right, Max having to go left-handed gap here. He ends up a little short. He's going to be running a putt at that creek. Like using the same disc he used on the last hole.
Oh, and he's going deep.
Yeah, ended up a little deep. Skipped off that hard pan. He's going to end up in the ditch. Oh no. Max is going to end up in the water with Mike down there. All right, to save a birdie. Oh man, when you're putting up that hill, you're actually putting uphill into headwind.
Right.
So it's really rough right there. So.
Yeah, there is a sneaky wind on that hole and the next coming hole as well.
And down there the hill is higher than their head, so they can't feel the wind. So they had to check that ahead of time. So same thing happened to Max. It just hung up a little too long. No drop on it.
All right, Mike to save par here. Oh. Right side chains.
Max is so fast when he putts. Filming him was tough. I'm not used to. He just like sneaks up on the basket. He's like, "You're going in." There we go.
That might be something new that Max is trying out because he's always been more of a take his time, read the wind, and so maybe that's something new he's been working on.
He's still reading the wind. I noticed he has a little towel. He does a couple quick practice putts before he steps up to his lie. But when he steps up to his lie, it's almost bang bang.
Yeah,
like he's ready to go.
Faster routine.
Yeah.
All right, this is hole 5, 275 feet, par 3. You have to clear that creek that everybody was just down there in. Sneak under these trees here. There's OB surrounding the basket this year. I don't remember that being there last year. I think that's a new addition to the hole.
Yep, new addition. There's a out of bounds line that separates this hole and then the next hole on the right hand side of this fairway. Yeah, Drew was kind of getting beat up on this hole, to be honest with you. Seems like a routine birdie for him, and I don't know if he birdied it all weekend. He was struggling. Kind of either throwing too far to the left or getting hung up in the branches and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got a headwind always on this hole coming at you, and then,
Right.
but you have to keep it low to stay under those branches. So it's an easy hole, but you have to really commit to the shot and throw it a line drive at it and throw it aggressively.
Got Max throwing a really good looking shot there. He's about 25.
Mike Sale going that same type of route there.
Beautiful.
Nice shot.
CTP. Oh, man. Yeah, this hole had Drew's number all weekend. See if Andrew can capitalize here.
He's probably about edge of the circle maybe here, looks like.
Oh, no. I think he was accounting for some headwind. He wanted the headwind to lift it up a little bit, and it just did not help at all.
Nice birdie there for Max.
He'll move to 18 down. Got Andrew with his comebacker. Clean.
Tap in birdie for Mike Sale.
Completed the full stroke there. All right, on to hole number 6. This one is an awesome hole. It's a signature hole, I think, on this course. 511 feet. It's a par 4. You've got this fence that's out of bounds and beyond the entire way on the left. You've got that new out of bounds line on the right-hand side of the fairway the whole way. You got to just navigate underneath this canopy the whole way, or if you're a big arm like Cupcake or some of those youngsters, you can smash it way over the top of these trees. I don't have that in me anymore.
No.
I'm trying.
I threw rollers at it.
Did you? Yeah. And then you have to navigate over this creek. Again, the creek is a casual creek, so if you're in the water, you just take it in first available. But then you have to make sure you don't throw too far because the sidewalk and beyond once you get past the basket up here.
It's actually one of my favorite holes on the course.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. It's attackable. It's birdieable. See Max trying to go center cut here.
That should be fine. Middle of the fairway, and he'll have a good look at an upshot for the lefty.
Mike likes to throw over this fence line. He flirted with it a little too much yesterday, so he kind of learned his lesson. He was out of bounds like the whole way, and it came back like inches over. Oh, yeah. He just turned and looked at me like, whoa. Drew likes that center gap, low line, overstable fairway.
Wow. I would expect Drew to go big hyzer or flip hyzer there.
Oh, yep. Still attackable from here. Just got to keep it nice and low. And it looks like he's doing that. Get up a little. Yeah, I think he's going to end up in the creek there. Max going to end up a little bit short also right there in that creek. I'm not sure how deep he is in it. Drew with that overstable putter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'll settle in there nicely.
Yeah, that's just textbook how to birdie this hole. 2 clean shots, get up the fairway, and then just easy upshot. Looked like Mike was running it there. He'll have an easy birdie there too, it looks like. It's a tough shot for Andrew. He's
probably about 45 out.
He's not the tallest guy, so deep down in that ditch, tough to see.
I was putting out of there a couple times actually.
Beautiful putt for Max. He's 19 down. There we go. Mike moves to 15 down. We got Drew moving to 24 down. There we go. Nice cleanup from Andrew.
All right, hole 7. This is 238 feet, par 3. A couple different options here. You can go with the sidearm out and hooking around on the left side, or you can throw a righty backhand hyzer over these bushes. Kind of a fast green though, so it's got to land softly in there to keep it from skipping away.
What did you like to throw on this one? I'm curious because it's not something I've really conquered.
I threw my outlaw. I went up the hyzer over to the right side there.
Okay, up and over the bushes, spiking down in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I've got green issues. When I play the hole, I hit that hard pan and just slide too hard.
Yeah.
I'm not hitting it softly. I think that was my issue.
Max with a solid drive there.
Got Mike slipped on the tee, and he's going to hang up really high to the right. Still have an opportunity there. He's a little buried, but he'll still have an opportunity. He can see the basket. Drew taking that overstable putter shot, using that hard pan to his advantage.
Yep.
Yep.
Landing nice and soft like we were talking about.
Yep.
This hole's like quite a bit shorter from past years.
Yeah, we were saying that it's at least 60 feet shorter. At least, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
I mean, you appreciate it after playing such a long hole. The hole before that was like 500 feet, so. Let's see what Mike can do from that bush. A little high.
Yeah. Again, there's always a headwind on this hole from the tee pad, so I don't know.
That was a crosswind from him,
Yeah.
a little right side crosswind from him, so he exposed the belly a little bit, maybe it hung up a little too long. Oh no. Dang. Shake it off, Mike. There we go. Clean putt. 18 down.
Drew checking the wind there.
It's cleaning up his footing.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Max got a little drop in. Nice job. It's going to move to 20 down. All right, on to hole number 8. We've got 320 feet. It's downhill. It's a par 3. And I've said it on the other days. There's no real obstacles here except for the wind. You're going to have wind coming in from kind of a headwind, right shoulder kind of situation, maybe like a little crosswind. What you're trying to do is land on this island. This whole field is safe, but if you're over the fence and not on the island, you're out of bounds. And you have to go to the drop zone.
Yeah, I mean, this hole's got quite a bit tougher because all the rain, the grass is really thick, and you can normally skip it and slide it up there. And but this year it seemed like you had to like park it. You weren't getting that ground play this year.
Yep, Max.
Just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, hitting the cabbage, that ground cabbage. That's looking pretty good. That is, oh my gosh.
That's close.
Inches. Wow.
Was that inbounds?
He's inbounds,
He is
yeah.
okay.
He is inbounds. This is looking good too. Skip on up there. Beautiful. Dang, he almost hit metal.
Oh, yeah.
Great shot. Yeah, Andrew's got 7 strokes to cover on Drew to catch up. You see Mike hit that first tree there. Just let go of it a little too late. Said it slipped out of his hand, but
It was actually a very fortunate kick.
fortunate. Look how far up he is. Put himself there in the putting circle. Oh, he wanted it.
There. You can see that caution tape back there flapping in the wind. So
Oh yeah, it was really windy on some of these holes. To go 26. Nice putt, Drew. Nice birdie. I believe that was his first birdie on the weekend on that hole.
yeah, that hole played tough. It plays very tough in the wind.
There we go. After hitting that first tree, walked away with a par. Nice deuce from Andrew. And Max with par.
All right, this hole number 9, 465 feet, par 4. This is a tough hole.
Well, you said you go, well, this hole.
Yeah. It's a double mandatory, and this year, I think it's tighter. It's tighter this year from previous years.
Mm-hmm. Got to go through these two trees rather than the one on the left was like back farther to the left. Yeah.
And then this creek to the left here is OB, and the basket sits about 3 feet from it.
Yeah, like 3 feet. It's a little silly on that front, but I mean, if you don't have any obstacles for the entire hole, and your obstacle is the putting green, I agree with that. I guess I would like to see it pulled away from the
a little
OB.
more room.
Yeah, 3 feet's a little silly, but nevertheless, really tough hole. It forces you to play smart or risk it all.
Right.
You know.
It definitely got me this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, one year when I was playing this event, I on hole 2, which is the opposing fairway here that runs along the creek, I parked it. Took a 2, which is crazy, and then on this hole, I parked it as well. I was 2 feet past the basket.
Wow!
And so I had 2 tap-ins, and I said at the award ceremony, I said, "Hey, if anybody can do that next year, I'll give you $100." And I can't remember who it was. I want to say did KJ play it one year? It was one of those European players. He stands up, he goes, "I birdied both of them in the same round." I was like, I wasn't talking about you. I meant like an am or something. Oh, man. Got them both in the same round.
Definitely a tricky upshot here for Max. It's hard to be aggressive on this green.
Yeah. Yeah, he left himself like a 35-footer staring straight at the death putt there, so. Great shot from
Nice
Andrew.
shot.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to hang it out over the creek if you're throwing lefty or you're going sidearm at it.
Yep, just got to trust yourself a little bit. Drew is out of bounds, right there by the basket. Nice and soft, just had an unfortunate kick and roll down that little embankment. Steve Rico's stomach is growling over here. I don't know. Did you eat today?
No, I haven't. I've been working all day. Great
Beautiful putt from Max. Great putt, man. Awesome job. Oh.
Yeah, it's a tough putt when you're looking right at OB like that.
Yeah.
Even those little 15, 20 footers are not easy. And again, there's wind out there, and
I think Mike had tailwind right
for
there.
everybody watching this, I know it's hard to see, but these guys are playing in some winds.
Yeah, that caution tape in the background again. Look at that. It's just. All right, guys, there you have it. That's the front 9 for the final round. Make sure to stick around for the back 9. We got some exciting action, some really cool shots, and with me will be Steve Rico.
Yep, stay tuned, guys. It's going to be exciting.